When I made this video about Exer and said at the end of it that I would make another video when anything got updated, I didn't expect to be making one the very next day. However, some things have changed and there's one thing that I basically got wrong. Well, wrong. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to make an update video, okay? Now the first thing to say is that in the video I pretty much only spoke about this, about the Concept 2 rowing machine and using Exer. Now the fact is that you can use the RP3 rowing machine too, and if you have the S4 COM module, the Bluetooth one for a water rower, then you can use that too, okay? Now next up is the competition aspect of it. Now I got in touch with them and asked for a date when they think they might launch the competition side of Exer, and they said probably around about 2022. They couldn't give a date, but they just said sometime next year. Now my opinion is that what I think they're trying to do is work out how you can have a Concept 2 and an RP3 and a water rower all rowing at the same time in competition, and you can have parity between the three of them. How does the watts from a Concept 2 match the watts from a water rower, which matches the watts from an RP3? And I think that's the big thing, okay? That's my opinion of what's causing the delay, and is probably why Zwift aren't touching rowing for the time being. And to be honest, they're probably waiting for Exer to come up with a solution, and then who knows what they'll do from that point. Okay, so there we go. So competition aspects coming around about 2022. The next thing is that I was having issues with the shark game where it just wasn't coming and chasing me, and the guys from Exer said that basically I was doing it wrong. So if I'd have set it to hard and then rowed for a good period of time to the point where I'd start to get tired out, that's when the shark would appear. Okay, so the point being that the shark starts to chase you when you're tired, so that it's like it's making you work harder when you really don't want to be because you're that side of exhausted. So it's a really clever game, but if you're intending to just kind of jump in and be chased by a shark, it's not exactly what happens. Okay, so that kind of deals with that one. The next one is when I said about the avatar being run about half a stroke out of time with me when I was rowing. Now, it's kind of partly down to the time it takes for the Bluetooth signal to get from the monitor to the computer, but it's also just to do with that kind of translation. And the Exer folks are saying that they're working at this because they understand how disappointing it can be that when you take a stroke, you don't see your little avatar fella or fellette doing the row at the same time. Now, the last thing, and this is the most important one, and this is the one that basically I got kind of mostly wrong, is to do with the connections of a PM3, PM4, and a PM5 monitor. Now, I was just doing it via Bluetooth to a Mac, and that's because that's the only way it works with the Mac OS, is that to get from Bluetooth from the monitor to the MacBook that I was using at the same time. However, if you are using a Windows PC or laptop, then a PM3 and a PM4 can connect to it via a cable. Okay, so I've got my MacBook here, but it's sitting in Boot Camp rather than using the Mac OS. And I have the cable running from my PM5 to this end. So I'm going to plug it in and have a go. Now, all I've read so far is people saying, yeah, it works on the PM3, PM4 if you're on Windows, but I haven't actually tried it myself. So like I say, this is my MacBook, but running Windows 10 through the Boot Camp thing. Now, it's a good sign when I plug the cable into the MacBook, instantly my PM5 turns on, so there's definitely something happening here. So let's launch Exer. Okay, so there we go. I didn't even have to do anything, whereas with Bluetooth you have to hit search to try and find your PM5. In this sense, because it's all cabled in, it saw it instantly, so I didn't have to do anything. It can see my Concept 2 PM5, and I haven't gone to the connect menu on the PM5, so it's purely by cable. This is not connecting via Bluetooth. Go to start, and then let's quickly just go up to start. Then I will select the Charles River again, go for row, and let's just see, let's do this strapless. Oh, rowing in shoes, how alien is this? Okay, and then let's just see if this works. Just do a quick, there we go. So this is me cabling in from the PM5 into the MacBook, but using Boot Camp so I can be running Windows off it. So although this is the PM5 and not PM3 or PM4, I will take it on faith that the folks that got in touch with me and said it does work on a PM3 and a PM4 are telling the truth. And this shows that the PM5 works, so there's no reason that the 3 and 4 would work. So my apologies for getting that not entirely correct when doing the review yesterday, but the truth is you can connect to PM3, 4 and 5. Now the last thing I want to do while I'm in here is stop rowing. Let's save. Now, quickly just to say, if you do upload your row to the Concept2 logbook right now, currently, say you did a 10K row, then uploaded it, it wouldn't be a verified row for when it came to kind of ranking it. But the folks at Exer are working on that too to get the verification process for the rows when you do them within Exer. But the last thing I want to show is that when you're just a little bit of fun, when you go to Profile, you can go to Customize Rower. I didn't show you this in the main review because I was kind of trying to cover so many different things, but this gives you a little chance to have a little bit of fun with your avatar. So you can change the sex, so I can be a female or I can be a male. You can change the oars in the boat, you can change what you're wearing. Oh, I'm gonna go for a nice, let's go for a nice blue uni suit. That goes with my blue RowAlong colors and things. So yeah, so that's just adds that other little element to what you can do with this. It kind of puts that a little bit kind of towards that kind of Zwift idea for what they're taking inspiration from to try and give us as rowers who want to do this. So like I said, I'm being very careful of saying they're not trying to copy Zwift, because they're not. They're just kind of, they've looked at, hey, that would be great, and they've developed their own thing. And even on one of the posts that I put on, I think it was the Zwift rowers one, somebody from Zwift actually got in touch and kind of explained what's going on with the Zwift side of things, that the programming's there, but it's the support and the customer side of things that they're kind of thinking, oh, it's diluting our cycling offering. And to be honest, that's why I'm saying that I think Zwift is sitting there waiting to see what Exer are going to do with this, see if they solve the issue of the Concept2 versus an RP3 versus a water rower, and then they might kind of perk up a little bit and go, oh, okay, this is how you can do it. So who knows what the future is going to hold for Zwift and Exer, but I do think they're going to be kind of going tandem, side by side. It's a shame, really. You would have thought that Zwift would have kind of like pitched in with Exer and said, hey, we'll give you a hand and we can kind of come in this together. So anyway. So there we go. So that's my update video for Exer. Like I say, only the day after, because I got a few things. Either I didn't get them right in terms of the connectivity, or a few things because I got in touch with the folks at Exer. They then gave me the answers that we were looking for. So it's good to know that they are working on the competition aspect, and hopefully it will come in 2022, because I think that when that does happen, when you are on the Charles River and you're rowing and there's a whole bunch of other rowers rowing at the same time, and it has that feeling again of Zwift where you're just cycling round and you see all these other cyclists doing it at the same time. I think that, and being able to race other people, I think it's going to really just open this up to people who are going to be like, wow, that's amazing. It's going to be like, yeah, it's going to be exactly what we want. So there we go. The next time Exer do something and release something that's worth updating, I will of course make sure and make an update video for it, because I really want to support these guys and girls, of course, in what they're doing with their developing this software, because I think it really is offering something that people are asking for in the kind of the world of computer-based rowing. So look out for other videos. Also look out for other videos reviewing apps and other bits of software that I'm going to be doing. This is October, the end of October 2021, and I'm going to be doing a 30 days of 30 minutes rows through November 2021, which will also end up as a playlist anyway if this is like 2025 and you see it. But just to let you know, that's what I'm doing. And of course, do check out all the workouts that I have on this channel. There are hundreds of them up there. You can choose between plans or standalone workouts. There's a few live ones that I do from time to time or whatever, and there's a whole bunch of information ones that I do where I just talk about stuff like this, hopefully not at too much length, and hopefully they're entertaining enough for you. Anyway, I'm gonna go, I have to go shave this beard into a kind of a Wolverine look, because it's Halloween tomorrow and I'm going dressed as Wolverine, hence the hair and the beard. So do check out the Halloween row, which I will do as Wolverine, which will be fun with the claws. But anyway, thank you so much for taking the time to kind of watch this update video. I do hope that you think a bit more about Exer now that I've cleared up some of the erroneous things that I had said. Really do check it out. You do get that free trial from exergame.com, so it's worth having a look at. All right, thank you so much for your time. Please look after yourself, stay safe, be well, bye-bye.